But I got good news and I got bad news. The bad news, I came out a few days later from that last video on the 20 horse. And I said, let's see if she fires right up, blah, 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 blah. Well, no. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. After all that day, man, just cranking right up, running beautiful, sounding good, need a little tweaking. And it just pretty much turned back to what it was. You know, I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? So I said, screw it, and walked away. I came back a day or two later, tried it again, same thing. So I'm like, that's it, the hell with it. I even put another carb on it, one of those 80s carbs with the primer pump. I didn't have a pump, I was just spitting gas in there. It started up and everything, but it was still just all over the place. You know, so I was like, screw it. So she's on the back burner for good. Yay! That's the good news, or probably the good news. I'm done with it. It's a parts motor. It's been an experience, I'll tell you that. It's the longest motor I've ever spent that much time on. It's just friggin' ridiculous, and I still, I'm not getting it, man. I'm just not getting it, so the hell with it. Anyway, I moved her down a little bit because I'm going to make another stand. And then I'm going to get Miss Johnson over here, moved down over here in the shade where the 20 was. And I'm going to bring out that other 20, 1981. Where is she? Right there, baby, in the shade. I'll bring her ass out and build another stand and park her right here. Oh man, I mean, I'm just in shock over this freaking motor, man. I'm just in shock. It's there, then it's not there, then it's there, then it's not there, and then that last video, how could it be so different 3 days down the road? It just freaks me right out. So I'll swipe some par, I'll take all that new ignition, put it in that 74. Because if I remember correctly, the last thing on this 74, 25, I lost spark. And I ordered a new, geez, my memory coming back or what? Ordered a new, seemed like 3 days ago I could remember poop. A new, what do you call them, damn thing? Now I can't remember the name of a driver coil. And unless it was bad, I'm pretty sure I put it in and I still had no spark. So unless I got a bad one off of eBay, I can't remember that part, if it was used good or new. I'm pretty sure it was new. So the other one's ready, the carb is ready, the 81, the carb is ready. I got the electric start ready for it. All I got to do is reassemble it. Carbs clean, put the ignition crap back on top. Boom, man. A day, 2 days tops. There you go, the bad news and the good news. I was on my way down to the boat to finish up the 60 horse. I just have to set my link and sync and stuff. I'm like, screw it, I'll do it tomorrow. That's the news, baby. So, by the way, that rod, I looked that up. It's even on that 81, they have that rod. And it was like 83, I think. They finally did away with the rod. Went back to normal, carburation, normal settings, starting procedures. So that was weird. And OMC's like every 10 years they make their jump to something else or come up with other ideas or something. Seems to be. All right, I got to finish cleaning up and move some motors around and all that jazz. All right, so I'm going to finish up getting my roll pin straight. Little link and stink. Hopefully I don't have to get stupid with this thing. I'll show you why. Then what I want to do is I've got a lock that I want to put on the trolling motor mount and just leave the damn thing on there. I got a cover for it and stuff, you know. Just leave it on there instead of taking it off, put it on. I talked about this last time. It's just a pain in the ass, you know, and it's getting beat up in the van and throwing crap on top of it and stuff. So let me see, where'd my drill go? Let me try this bit. It might be just a little bit, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit small, but that's all right. I always start out with a smaller hole. Let's see how sharp this thing is. I was gonna put it at the top, but I changed my mind and thinking hanging it at the bottom would be better. Yeah, you can kind of see. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Originally, I thought right up here, and if you unscrew the handle, you can't open this up and get this thing out. Then I thought down here, just let it hang. I think I'm going to do that. Let's see how this drill is going to work out. Come on, man. That ain't fast enough. Whew. Darn it, let me get another bit. Oh, yeah. Right through. Here we go. Alright, let's try the next one. It's a little bigger one in there. Oh yeah. It's a good lock too. Oh no. Yeah, it'll go in through the side. I hope. Shit, it's a little high. The bigger bit, I'll try to knock it down a little bit. See what we got now. Oh, is it gonna work? Man, that back one's just too fat. God bless America. Dang it, now I gotta redo it up top. Can't get this thing. Let me try backwards. I mean, once it's on there, it's not like I'm gonna be taking it off. This piece is too thick compared to the front piece, and it just won't hook. Damn, man, it's right there. Son of a gun. That piece is just too fat. I can't drill another hole down there, that's for sure. I can do it at the top though. Put it on just like that. Yay! Now we're at lock. Yay! Unbelievable. I don't care, but that's not where I wanted it. I wanted it hanging off the bottom. But like I said, it's just a deterrent. Water. 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 Alright, so what's next? What's next, ladies and germs? Goes, let me see what's going on with these freaking roll pins and see if I can whip her together real quick. All right, anyway, what I did to this thing a while back, this is not the original linkage. Can you see that? Okay, I was just checking the camera. This is not original. This is not original to this model. This came off, I think, in '84. That big '84. I still got the hood to it. Evan Rude, we took parts off of or something crap. Took the gear case for the old man at the old place, the manager's bass boat. Put that on there. Anyway, the reason why was because the piece, the throttle cam, originally was plastic, and you had to take it off, and it was one of those pop-out routines, and I'm like, one of these days that thing's gonna break. Take it off and turn the whole thing to adjust it, and I'm like, I don't like that. So in reality, they were basically the same shape, but the marks, the timing marks, were different in different places. But this is the main reason I took this piece, because you just have to screw or unscrew this right here to adjust things instead of popping it off and turning it 2 or 3 times and back out and major pain in the butt. So this timing mark means nothing on this motor. So what I normally do is I start at high speed and work my way down. You know, because I got nothing here that's giving me a mark. And then I just play it by ear, so it's not like a normal link and sync job. And of course, on these, you don't want this touching your linkage. There's supposed to be a little space in there, which is nice to have this piece. You don't have to pop it off and worry you're gonna break it and all that shit. And I never did dial that bottom carb in. I just put it back on. Need to dial that. I always do a little dial in on all of them. My throttle seems a little bit tight at wide open throttle, but let's check it again with the roll pins. Nah, it's not bad. But I usually have to like punch it up there. They're not bad, I can tell you that. They are just a hair. When you're looking at them from the top, like I said before in the last video, they look fine. They're just so freaking close, it's ridiculous. So, like I said, I'm trying to think what's the best route to go just to get them back up straight. Like I said, I don't want to get into redoing this whole friggin' thing. So this is how I end up doing it. Loosen that up. You see it move? See it moving? That's going to be way too much. Yeah, now they're leaning the opposite direction. Tighten back up on this. Ooh, just a hair. Back this up. Tight. Nope, come back a hair because I went a little too much. Am I turning this the right way? No, that's tidy. See how much this thing is moving? Still got a little bit of play in it. All right, so now they look vertical, which means my butterflies are horizontal. If you got them butterflies up just a little bit, it's going to screw up your wide open, or down too far, it's going to screw it up. Then you're like, oh, I got a fuel issue, when you don't. So now, this still needs to be gapped at idle. Let's go back to idle and see where it's at. My gear shifter feels pretty good. Should be able to roll this thing. It's such a small gap. See, that's the thing too. On these, this thing will idle without this thing. So you don't need this roller hitting the cam. Now the measurement for this thing is so ridiculous. It's like paper thin. Let me see if I can find something sticky in there. Try this piece of sandpaper. It might be too much. Push it against there. Snug her up. That's a pretty big gap. Just want to be able to roll this without it. Yeah, no crap on it, no tension. Tighten her down. Then too, what you're supposed to do, see I'm doing all this bass backwards. Flip these babies around. Make sure they're all closed. Like that. Tighten them back up. Alright, I think I'm back on. That battery just ran out on me. So, I was saying, this thing just needs to roll without touching. Now, like I said too, tighten all these back up. Carbs closed. And it should idle, but because I'm doing it backwards, let's put it back in full throttle and see where my roll pins are at. Now see them right on the tip there. Full bangaroony. Now I need to check my roll pins again. Make sure they're proper. Oh yeah, baby. Kind of hard to see that bottom. Oh no, it looks good. Yep, everything looks perfect. So on this thing, that's pretty much the extent of my link and sync procedures. You know, like I said, this mark means nothing on this cam. The other mark was, was I think up a little higher or something. Anyway, screw the mark. Alright, so now fire up and see what's going on with these carbs. And these carbs are weird. I can turn one all the way in and then back out, and sometimes it doesn't seem to make a difference. And it's so hard to dial in one carb when you got three running. This is like 3 separate motors running at the same time. And you're trying to listen to that one freaking carb, and you're like, I can't hear the freaking thing over here, you magger. So then you can watch your RPM gauge, if you have one. And it's a pain in the ass too, you know. So, like I said, I just try to get her dialed in by the best sound. And it's right around there, 1.5, 2.5. I can't even remember. I have to screw one of these in to find out what I had them at. Let's see real quick. It seemed to me it was 1.5 on these things, but it may have been 2.5. And of course, I don't have my little screwdriver in there, so let's go. This one hasn't been touched. There's one. Yep, there's 2. There's 1/2. So just a hair. Well, let's just call it 2.5. There's a hole. There's a half. There's a hole. Did I blow it? Did I lose count? Let me try this one instead. They're all too big for this stuff. Yep. Dang it, I left my little screwdriver at home. Oh no, I got my boat screwdriver. Forgot all about it. I leave this one in the boat all the time. Start over here. I'm not even going to count what I just did. Alright, so there's a half. There's a hole. That's one. There's a half. There's a hole. That's two. There's a half. So 2.5. This middle one should be about the same. There's a half. There's a hole. There's a half. Wow, 1.5. See, that's what I'm saying. That's where I left it the last time. So come back. There's a half. There's a hole. There's a half. There's 2.5. Let's start at 2.5 on these stupid things. We'll try and dial them in best I can. I said it's hard to hear what's going on. You know, 2.5 may be too much. 1.5 may be not enough. So we'll see where she's at. This stuff never changes. I don't mess with that. So let's fire it up and see what's going on. Yeah, I think 2.5 is too much. Got the fast start lever up a little bit. She's got to warm up.
Thanks again for tuning in to this week's episode of This Old Outboard. Follow the real life saga, baby, and get your subscription today. You never know what's gonna happen next. Oh yeah, baby, tons more stuff coming your way. It's This Old Outboard, baby. You know the channel. Oh yeah, baby.